Unless we could move the table a little bit. I need to start bringing on cords. I don't even know what this thing is.
What? Oh, that's for diving.
Okay. Give me some. What's up, y'all? It's YouTube Live. We still setting up. Okay. Uh-oh. So Q is not going to be here.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right.
Free for all. Is he okay?
Yeah. Got some stuff to do. Okay, well. I guess.
Okay, so we only need 3 mics.
Yeah.
I'll put these 2 down here. Here's some napkins.
So what you could do is, like, oh, well, isn't that fancy?
Yeah.
And where'd you find those?
Amazon. This one I've had. I have it at home by the nightstand, but I've been using it.
Does it charge too, or just?
No. It's just that. 59.
Yep.
So is that your jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was cool outside, and then I got up here and it was like, whew.
I didn't even bring a jacket because I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. It is right at straight at 10 o'clock.
You gotta set the camera back on the table. So we're getting ready to go live YouTube. So
And it's just us.
it's just Hendrix and Sunshine. This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, F the script. Oh, dang, here comes Mo.
Oh, there's Mo. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I think Q out being the slut puppy.
You can't, what? You can't find them.
He not here. He said he's
All
not
right,
coming.
so we are officially live on Facebook.
And
No, I'm not going to have you looking at our page.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about doing that.
We'll see. We'll see. Nope.
Well, take it off the power cord and just plug it in during breaks.
That's what I can do.
Yeah.
We can move around. We can get crazy with it because Q ain't here.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me make sure I get Mo in the shot.
Woo!
This is gonna be a different angle for YouTube. Trying something new, YouTube. So y'all bear with us. Different camera angles. We getting fancy with it.
Okay.
I'm hoping Miss Charm will give us a countdown and not cut us today. Well, actually, probably just cut me because I'm the only one to be asking for a countdown.
Q ain't here. Act how you want.
Yeah, Q ain't gonna be here.
Woo!
Huh? So,
Look, I gotta get this stuff because I don't like it on my ears. It hurts.
I gotta follow my first mind. I gotta start following my first mind.
what?
I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna go to the fair.
Oh, the fair. Well, it do open at 10, huh? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, your hands are covered
Workers
in
are still open.
whatnot.
Oh my god.
All right. So gonna talk about
Y'all
the
ain't
midterm
sharing the
elections.
milk? You just left me with a mess.
Woman abandoned a 2-year-old.
I know. Is that not crazy?
Honestly, I think she just pulled up to the wrong house and meant to leave it at
She
the.
did.
Yeah, she pulled up.
But then you stick around and you wait for somebody to come to the door.
Let me tell you what happens. If you don't have children, you don't do that. You be like, okay, let me knock on the door, boom, because they don't get it. Just like the guy,
A 2-year-old.
the guy who picked up the wrong kid from school.
Excuse me.
The mom like, I can't pick up my kid. Can you go pick up my kid? He was like, okay, I'll go pick up the wrong kid.
I don't
Because
know
he
about all
don't,
that.
look, I don't know. My kid, my girlfriends, when they were younger, I was like, okay. If I went to your sons, I'd be like, okay, and they answer to the name. I'm
Got
like,
1 minute
okay.
left. Mo, we got set up. Got 1 minute left.
I got plugged in.
You can plug in. Oh, this cord ain't long enough.
You ain't got no over here.
No. No
I
other
need to
cord.
put your meals over here 25.
But I got one extra one over here. If you sit down and use this,
You know what? Unplug that red one and hand it
No.
to me.
Oh,
Or
no,
no?
I got it.
that's
Okay.
long enough. You ain't got to unplug nothing. Just put it in your phone. Just put the damn thing in your
Where
phone.
am I sitting?
Oh, the corner, right there.
There or there.
Well, we got the
Since you ain't
camera
here.
set up. Stand by. Close the door.
Clean your hands off.
You got wipes? I got wipes.
I gave them napkins. It'll be all right. Really, they just want to touch me.
Aw. This lady was like, why do you have 2 purses? I said, 3-year-old.
5, 4. All right. Hello. Good morning, world. Good morning, world. Welcome to Mash the Gas.
Good morning.
This your boy Hendrix. I got the MTG crew with me, minus Q. I think he out being a slut puppy somewhere. Knowing him, I gotta run down to Houston real quick. Yeah, I gotta run down to Houston real quick. I ain't gonna be able to make it.
For real though?
Yeah.
I could have been at the fair.
Yeah. Well, I got Sunshine here with me,
Good morning.
and of course, Mo Swag.
Hi,
as
how's
always.
everyone doing?
So we got a fire show. I guess I'll be kind of anchoring the show today. I guess I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out why my seat can't go down.
I don't know, Mo.
That's the funky chair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it doesn't squeak, right?
No.
I don't think
No
so.
WD-40.
No. Actually, it sounds like we may have got some WD-40 up on these chairs because I'm
Did y'all
not
do
hearing.
WD-40 charm?
No.
We done lost some weight.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Mo,
Why is the phone blinking like this?
you gotta plug it all the way in, Mo. Is it plugged all the way in the bottom?
Hold on, all the way in the bottom.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay, go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Good
Okay.
morning.
Good morning. We still trying to get set up. It's you just
It's
gotta
one of
bear
those
with
days.
it. Yeah, it's one of them days. But we're gonna jump right into the show and we're gonna talk about the midterm election.
Yes, midterm elections. Hallelujah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
did y'all catch the town halls and the debates with Beto and Tom Cruise.
Well, did you
One
call
or
him
two
Tom
didn't.
Cruise? Did you call him Tom Cruise?
I'm sorry. I'm Ted Cruz. I'm sorry. Well, let's call him by his real name so I don't get confused. Raphael. Yeah, Raphael.
Eduardo.
That just sounds evil.
Raphael Eduardo.
Okay, so I didn't see any.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any because I don't have to see any.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because it's ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody but Cruz.
Mm.
Anybody but Cruz.
Anybody but Cruz.
Because I don't understand how his Tea Party members, lovers, love him so. He's against immigration. And yet he had dual citizenship up until 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And his father's an immigrant. I don't understand. I just don't understand them. Them Bible thumper Christian wannabe Tea Party people, and yet you don't know who the heck you're running behind.
Right.
The emperor has no clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
You know, and it just bothers me. But ABC, anybody but Cruz.
Well, and
Cuban immigrant.
I actually I actually watched quite a bit of the debates and the town halls, and I found it very, very interesting that Cruz, as far as subject matter and content, he always went after Beto personal attacks instead of policy attacks. Now, I will give it that Beto did slip up a couple of times and call him Lying Ted, but hey, that was a good jab. It was a comeback after everything that Ted Cruz had been throwing at him. So here and there, okay, fine, but he came back the next day and said, that's not the kind of campaign he wants to run. So I tip my hat to him. But have you seen the recent political ads though?
Mm-hmm.
They're half truths.
Well, okay, they're doing what they've always done. They're attacking, not the policy.
Mm-hmm.
They're attacking the person and trying to go low. That's why Ms. Michelle Obama told us, when they go low, you go high. But I'm sorry, there's a problem with the Democratic National Committee and their party. Mm-hmm. They're weak. They're seen as weak. Mm-hmm. And when Beto calls him Lying Ted, that's what he needs to do. Mm-hmm. He should start off. First of all, he should.
That's our president. That's a BS that he be running on. So why not?
And that's why you got to fight fire with fire. He should have some black folk on there like me on his committee saying, "This is what you say." Lying Ted said, because people will remember that. Mm-hmm. So he should be like, but Lying Ted said, da 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 da. That's what his next commercial should be. But because they're going to go high and not go low, just like Lupe Valdez, they're going to lose the governor.
Oh, yeah, because I hadn't seen anything about her. Commercials, anything, nothing. No political ads.
Well, they said they put her out front because she was Mexican. Mm-hmm. And it's going to get more people to the polls who hadn't voted before, hopefully, and who do a straight Democratic ticket. So Beto should win.
Okay. So that's the thought process behind it.
Because I can't understand a lesbian Mexican in the state of Texas. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti. No,
you're absolutely right.
But I'm
it's
just
just
saying,
because it's a
you're
red
in
state.
a red state,
right?
And you're gonna put, first of all, and look, this is America, an unattractive lesbian. Now, because in the U.S. we're all about looks. Mm-hmm. We got to get the Kim Kardashian butt. We got to get the big lips. We got to get the dark skin. We got to lay out in the sun. But you talk about black people. Mm-hmm. We got to get the curly hair. You get perms. But you talk about black people's hair nappy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is all about looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not. She's an unattractive. And I'm not pantsuits wearing. I'm like, she's a lesbian in the state of Texas, running to be a governor.
Well,
why don't I just run? Shit, I'd have got more votes.
Well,
because I mean, like, hey, stand up for what you believe in, Abbott.
Well, why don't you run? I'm sorry. I just caught that.
Come on now.
I just caught that. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow on that one. Yeah, stand up for what you believe in. Okay. Oh, goodness. But what I did find interesting, though, after, doing some research on a lot of these political ads, what I found interesting was they tell half-truths.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So they said, Beto voted against oil and gas fracking.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't talk about the rest of the bill.
Right.
Or what else was on the agenda.
Exactly.
Right. You got to leave that stuff out because that's the stuff that nobody wants.
Right. They don't want to talk about that stuff. Oh, he voted against decreasing property taxes. Well, he voted against decreasing property taxes because it was also tied to a tax cut for businesses that would have increased the debt of Texas. But they don't talk about that.
No, never.
So I found that very interesting. So, I mean, do what you do. Go vote. However, do your research.
October 22nd.
October 22nd starts early voting, and then we have Super Tuesday on November 6th.
Yeah, but I don't want, you know what, I don't want color. Now, black people can wait till the last minute. I just don't want colored people to wait till the last minute. Because if it rains, they're not going to go vote because their hair might get wet.
And here's the other thing. You do realize that your job has to give you time to go vote?
Well.
By law.
Some of these people.
No, by law.
Well,
by law. So if you need to go vote.
When you're working under the table.
Well, your job has to allow you time to go vote. So if it's early voting or whatever you're going to do, if you need to go and vote, all you have to do is talk to your HR department. Hey, I need to leave so I can go vote. And or I'm coming in late so I can vote early.
In a lot of places, especially early voting, the lines aren't going to be long.
Right.
You get in and out, 10, 15 minutes tops.
Right.
I know mine in particular, it's usually less than that.
And you can vote on Sundays?
They take longer, I believe so, but don't get me lying.
I think you can vote on Sundays.
I just know I go in, walk in, they take longer finding my name than I do in the booth.
Yeah. So, and what was funny was I remember when the first time Obama ran, and I was living in Cedar Hill, and I had to go to the library and vote. And the line was out the building. However, that line moved pretty swiftly. I was in line by the time when I got in line, and then by the time I left, total time passed was an hour and a half. Not a long time, 90 minutes. So no excuses. You spend 90 minutes watching a football game, basketball game.
Right.
Most of these,
especially when you're watching Dallas, it's 90 heartfelt minutes.
That's 3 hours.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you spend 90 minutes watching Ratchet TV every day. So I mean, you can tape that. I'm sorry, that's old school. You can record it. Yes.
DVR.
Because that's a Law and Order. That's
Law
one and a half Law and Orders.
Yeah. So you can miss that, record it, and go on about your business.
Now, what about straight ticket versus choosing your candidate? How do you feel about that? Straight ticket.
With straight ticket, I feel like it is your choice. However you want to vote. Me personally, I've never been a fan of straight ticket voting. That's just me personally. Because like I said, I don't consider myself a Democrat nor a Republican. I try to vote on who's best and on the issues. So sometimes I'll find like there's maybe certain Republicans I vote for, certain Democrats. I will say this: I lean more Democratic than Republican. However, there are some issues where on the Republican side I do agree, and given that fine balance, I feel like if they work together, you can actually get some stuff done.
I believe so too. I agree. Well, good information on the midterm elections.
Yes.
Now, what about your random thought?
My random thought for
random
today.
Thought by Hendrix.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, or just ladies, because y'all all like the random thought is Hendrix has a number of random thoughts from 1 until what we in the 600s now?
500.
500 and something.
Okay, so 500.
But I'm going back today.
Okay, 500 and something. And what he does is when he gets these creative juices get going, he's been posting them on since MySpace, right?
Yeah, MySpace.
He started on MySpace, so A, that tells you how old he is. And B, that tells you he was creative because, MySpace accounts that were kind of complicated for some of us. And so he gets these thoughts. So he's going back to one of his juicy thoughts. And the thoughts are cerebral. So ladies, if you like the way he looks, which I know you do, and if you like the fact that he has 4 cars in a 3-car garage, which I know you do. Ooh. And the fact that he has his passport stamped and he has to get
Actually, I just got my 3rd passport book.
Pages, see,
I got my 3rd passport book today, Saturday.
So what I need y'all to do is listen to the man. Go ahead. Random thought.
Well, I
give us the number so we can look that up on Facebook.
Okay, so I appreciate the intro mode. Great intro. This is random thought number 124, and it's all the way back from February 26, 2014. Yeah, at 2:24 in the morning.
I told you.
Yeah, so
always.
Yeah, so if the road you travel is easy, you probably aren't going anywhere of significance. If you're going anywhere at all, stay buried in the northern darkness for the season until eventual happiness and you experience the light of knowledge. You may try to close your eyes, but when you're in the presence of truth and knowledge, you will be warmed from the inside out. Mm-hmm. So basically, all I was saying is like you can hide if you want to from truth and light, and this is one of the things that is going. I feel like is going on. People are presented with truth, knowledge, and information, and they bury their head in the sand, basically. So when I talk about the darkness of the North, that's a Masonic reference to all my squares out there. That they'll know what I'm talking about there. However, it's basically burying your head in the sand and not wanting to see the truth right in front of you.
And why do you think people don't want to see the truth?
A lot of reasons people don't want to see the truth is because, number one, it means you have to look at yourself in a different perspective, and you don't want to really do that. A lot of times people, you're able to pick out and criticize others, but when you turn that same magnifying glass on yourself, you don't like what you see.
Okay.
And this is one of the things we have to get past, is the best way to change the world is from the inside out. So you have to start with yourself and then change yourself. Not saying it's going to happen overnight, because no change is overnight. However, you got to make steady progress to becoming a better person.
So we're looking at the man in the mirror. I'm looking at the
man, woman,
in the mirror.
Transgender, whatever you happen to be.
I'm asking. Okay, gotcha.
That's all.
Okay,
that's all.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And what time is it now?
Yeah, we actually. It's funny because we're actually close to being on time today, even with all the foolishness.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, can y'all Google real quick who's going to be at the Majestic Theater in Dallas, Texas today? Because I think it's Blake Shelton. And if it is, I got to get a girdle.
I need to get down
and
there.
I got to get on the girdle and then so real quick, right now.
Yeah, well,
I'm at 0%. I'm just
yeah.
saying, baby.
Well,
we got extra minutes, so
yeah.
go ahead.
So
if Blake Shelton's at the Majestic Theater.
What made you think it was him?
Okay, so somebody big. So for everyone who doesn't know, we're next to Majestic Theater. But what happened was, we were going down the sidewalk, and the roadies had their shirts on. I wasn't looking at them.
Everybody I saw had black on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they had the letter, the writing on there.
Oh, I didn't see
and
it.
The significant other said, "That says Blake Shelton," and I said, "What?" I had to stop because Blake Shelton and he likes me.
Oh.
Now he does not know that I exist.
Well, I like him.
Yes, indeed.
And he still doesn't know I exist.
He gonna make me go to Oklahoma.
Oh!
And I ain't never wanted to go to Oklahoma, not even for the casino. And I loves a good casino.
I know a lot of people don't even know who we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
all right.
So this is Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance.
Oh,
That's what's
I mean, great. It's great. Is it actually Michael Flatley or is it someone else? Because he has a team. It's gonna be him. Okay, well,
yeah, that's who's actually performing today.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Michael, keep dancing.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Though.
Yes, you do.
That's that Irish.
The river dancing.
Oh,
Yes.
that. Okay,
See, that would have been
yeah.
nice to take one of the women out. That's how you sift through quality.
Well,
You ask them, "Hi, do you want to go see Michael Flatley?" And then
they
they
go,
say,
"What?"
"I don't want to go see that. That's stupid." X.
Mm.
You can't even. You wouldn't even be able to have sex with her because you'd be like, "You're stupid." I can't
Need
have
some
sex with
cultural
X.
diversity.
Now I will say this though, Maxwell concert is next weekend. Though.
Yeah.
Well, here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So we gotta walk. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
let my girl next week.
Now next weekend is going to be crazy because we got Maxwell, we got Kevin Hart, and we got PV Homecoming next weekend, all in one day.
Well, actually, y'all got Kevin Hart. Y'all got Maxwell. I got PV's homecoming.
I got a couch at home.
You got a couch at home?
You know why? Because you've never been to a PV's homecoming. If you've been to a PV's homecoming, it's like a drug. You got to keep going.
Look here, I didn't even go to PV,
I don't need no
and
more
I
drugs.
get crunk. Look, I didn't even go to PV, and I get crunk about PV Homecoming.
Okay, so for those who don't know, who are not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, who are not in Texas, who are not in the United States. Okay, PV is Prairie View A&M University, proud producer of productive people. 1867.
Mm-hmm.
When was A&M established?
1876.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we talk about a lot.
Yeah. But again, like I said, I get love to PV.
Of course.
I have nothing but love for PV because if it was not for Prairie View A&M University,
your daddy,
several of my family members, dad, uncle, aunts, several people came out of Prairie View, and all HBCUs. You're talking about Prairie View, Southern, Grambling, TSU, Morehouse, Spelman. I have family members that have graduated from all of these universities.
I love them.
Yeah. However, I will say this. One of the things that I do understand about HBCUs is they take the time to develop the students there.
Oh, yeah.
And I give my hats off to them because the teachers are more involved. The professors are more involved with their students on a personal level. And honestly, after going to a PWI, a predominantly white institution, I am a little jealous.
Well, I tell you, I always tell the story. Me and my girlfriend Fee. Hey Fee, we were at the Pizza Hut, outside the campus eating because it's all you can eat buffet. And baby, our marketing teacher, Dr. Pointer, popped up in there, and she said, "You got a pop quiz, don't you?" And we were like, "We got pizza." And she said, "In my class." And we were taking a pizza, which wasn't because of buffet. Taking pizza when I heard it. And we were going to class. Talking about, okay, what you got to study? Okay, I got to study this. Oh, they didn't play. Oh, because they would walk the halls and get, okay, why is your dress that short? Why are you doing that? What's wrong with you? Why are you all over that boy? You're a lady. I was like, And you know what? I found myself in the classroom. This girl she had on jeans, and she had her legs cocked over. I said, I said, what are you doing? I said, act like a lady even if you're not. Put your legs down. Stop acting like you're a dude. What's wrong with you? And she was like, I've got on jeans. I said, that is not ladylike. Now cross your legs and sit in the front. And then I was like, Dr.
Yeah.
She just came out. All
Yeah.
over me. And Dean Jones, they were just there.
And you know what's interesting? The one professor that I remember most at A&M was my chemistry 1 professor. So at A&M, if you're an engineering major or chemical engineer, they have science classes geared specifically towards engineers. Now, granted, in this class, in my section, we had 380 students. Now, there were 5 black students in the entire class. And we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there in the group.
That's right.
On the 3rd row. Not too close, but close enough where he knew. And if one of us was missing, we get an email right after. Where were you at? I didn't see you in class today. This was the professor that challenged me the most out of all my professors. My chemistry 1 professor, freshman year, challenged me more than any other professor did throughout my entire career at A&M.
And you know why? Because his head was not in the sand. He looked at himself and said, I got to be a better person. So I got to make other people better. And it goes back to your random thought.
All right there. And with that being said, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to get into some little DeBarge I like.
I don't know that song.
And Tony.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Oh! I know that song. I don't know the DeBarge song.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do. When you hear it. Okay. Don't worry about it, y'all.
What's the song? Charm, give me the song.
Yeah, see? Knew you knew it.
That's a cookout song at home at night. When the
So these angles are a little different. I'm trying to... Centronella.
Candles.
Yeah.
On the outside.
They get rid of mosquitoes?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But
not the country mosquitoes. They get rid of city mosquitoes, fine.
The
But
Skin
the country
So Soft gets rid of the country mosquitoes.
Right. You have to use Skin So Soft to get rid of the country mosquitoes.
Yes. Every night.
But they don't know what that is. They get hit with it. They're like, oh.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
But I will tell you this though. If Lexus do this shit one more time to me, give me that little bitty IS 250 when I take my car in.
Is that what you got?
No, I swap cars with my sister.
So you got the
Benz? No, I got her.
Who's driving the Benz? I thought that was cute.
Nah,
I thought that was cute.
Nah, I got my sister Sonata, so she's okay with driving a little bitty IS 250. Not me. I can't do it. Like they put you in a coffin.
Did you say a coffin?
Mm-hmm. It's a coffin with wheels. But yeah, I got her car because this way, when I leave, I can actually just take it because she's working today. I'm gonna just take it to her drive, swap out, take it to the park place, get mine, and go on by my day. Because I gotta help. Me and my dad gotta practice putting his tent together. Well, here's the funny part. So we have used the tent several times. However, we've never used it in the winter, and it has sides to it. So yeah, we have a tent with sides to it. So we gotta practice putting up the sides to the tent to make sure we're not freezing our butts off in November. Y'all would appreciate that when y'all come out and we got the tent already warm for you. So this is the thought process. And yes, we're a month in advance of doing this.
I ain't mad at you. I like that.
What you know about the 5 P's, right?
Put poor performance. My daddy.
Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Piss poor is hyphenated. Piss poor is hyphenated.
That's my daddy, honey. God rest his soul. Because if ever something happens, well, put it. Yeah, we like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and we got Allison's topics. Since even though she's not here,
Are we calling in?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out.
Oh, how are we doing? Are we close?
Yeah, no, we got a little time left. We got another 2 minutes because they still on the bar song. Oh yeah, Mo. I've had this thing with all these accessories.
Oh.
Just like Sunshine. I didn't even know I had this stuff.
Look, trying to avoid and got it on me anyway.
What you got on black? This is like wearing white. Mm-hmm. Come on now, it's gonna get dirty.
Yeah. Till my sister's like, I need to borrow your selfie stick. Got no damn selfie stick. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
It's in that little pack you got with your camera. I'm like, huh?
Wow.
What you talking about? How come she came
Just
over?
in case.
Yeah. How come she came over and found all this?
Stand up straight.
Like, I didn't even know I had all this.
You just.
You got too much shit, Reggie. You got too much
Yes. Shoot. I've just made my 3rd trip to Mission Arlington this last week.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do there?
They take donations.
Oh.
Because I don't like to trash stuff that I don't want. You know, I'm like, I don't need it, but I don't want to trash it.
Somebody could use it.
You know, hell, and a lot of stuff. You know, I try to get into Let Go, and I try to get into 5 Mile and stuff. But it's like a lot of the stuff that I'm trying to get rid of right now is collector stuff. And those people, they're like, I give you $10. I'm like, so you can turn around and sell it for $50? I think not. You're going to give me at least $30. So, yeah. Ultimately.
I had no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
You don't know 5 Mile?
They're like garage sale apps.
Right. Oh. And see, without having people to come to your house. So you meet them. Like I put my never crib and mattress still in the box. I know she's 3. The point of the matter is.
Shoot, I can't even get rid of my crib. I have a crib and mattress, and I'm like 170 right now. I'm like 150. This one lady, I finally told her, I was like, I'll let you have it for 100. She never responded back. I was like, Heifer, you asked me, and I told you, sure, come get it.
1 minute left. So we're gonna talk about
that's the one thing I didn't
grade.
donate because I figure I'll find somebody eventually having a baby.
I know that's right.
So let me pull this up real quick.
Hey, did anybody play the Mega Millions for $1 billion?
I did, but I couldn't tell you if I won. I mean, I know nobody won, but I couldn't tell you if I won $2, $3, $4, no dollars.
Yeah. I'm not good. I don't do those. You know, mine is pick 3, pick 4.
Right. Thank you. If anybody wants to do a pool, feel free. Call me. Cash at me some money. We'll pull $10 each. I know saw last night on some sports network. They had bought like $700. Somebody, I can see his face,
5. Oh, there we go. We getting countdowns. I love you, Tom. I love you. Appreciate it. Hey. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. I'm kind of excited. There's 2 countdowns in a row I got from Miss Charm. I'm loving you this morning, sweetie. Yeah. I love you. All right.
Don't ask her to get you no coffee. She gonna spit in it.
You know what? Thank you for the heads up. Yeah. I'm glad she don't have a knife and we separated by some distance. So she might cut me this morning. But that's okay, y'all. Hey, we gonna jump back into the show and talk about this Arlington first grader that was hospitalized after a school fight. Now, we'll talk about this because this was on the news here recently.
My neck of the woods.
Yeah, your neck of the woods.
And let me tell you, I was like this on TV going, I know that wasn't my kid's school because, they got issues anyway.
Yeah, and so just a little background. This is brought to you by CBS DFW. A mother in Arlington is demanding accountability after her son ended up in the hospital after a fist fight at school. The boy's mother, Raven West, said his teacher ignored his pleas for help while he was being bullied. West and other parents showed up at the Arlington School Board meeting Thursday night to demand the board take action. They're asking that the teacher be punished, although the district said she did nothing wrong. This teacher needs to be held responsible, one of the parents said in the meeting. A picture of the gruesome gash on the boy's forehead was so deep they had to use a blackout filter. To cover it up because it was so graphic.
It was about almost 2.5 inches long and required 12 stitches.
Right.
The thing was ridiculous for a first grader. Of course, y'all know my son had an issue with a kid in his class, 3rd grade, bringing a toy gun to school. What the hell is going on? Where are the parents? What are we doing wrong? Yes, the teacher should have nipped it in the butt from jump.
Right. Because apparently the boy they were pushing and shoving, and again, boys roughhouse. So
but this has gone too far.
Right. This has gone way too far. The boy got shoved into the door, and one of the things that I find interesting is that a lot of the teachers are overwhelmed because they have too many students. And one of the other things, it's a combination of 2 issues. Number one, we have parents that are trying to be their child's friend instead of being a parent.
Right.
And we have teachers that are overwhelmed because they have so many kids that they have to look over and be responsible for.
No. With behavioral issues.
Right.
Because the parents aren't parenting.
Right. Because the parents are 15 years older than the children.
True.
Because the parents had some type of addiction.
Now,
and then because that, I'm sure that has something to do with the type of addiction and however they were born or if they were whatever.
Could be. I was a teen parent. I have always been hard on my children. My 24-year-old and my 20-year-old will tell you I'm ruthless as a mother, and I have your back until you're wrong. And when you're wrong, oh, no, you're wrong. I'm not one of those that I'm going to coddle you and, baby this, baby that. Even though I know you're wrong, you're my baby, so you can't be. No, hell to that. You're wrong, you're wrong. You go to jail, you did wrong, whatever. When you're wrong, I can't back you.
You said when you go to jail.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Detention, jail, you act up in class. I'm sorry. What were you doing acting up in class? You're not a class clown. You're coming here to learn. You're not coming in here to disrupt anybody. Oh, no. I've always been, so, but I know, because even as a teen parent, I saw parents that were older than me that just, whether they were first-time parents or just, maybe they tried and couldn't have babies, so this is their God-given angel and can do no wrong. But it's like, no, you have to parent.
Right.
You have to understand that your child is not always going to be right. And no, the teacher's not always going to be right too, but you have to learn to know the difference.
So, in my head, there's 2 issues here. And speaking from a person that is not a parent nor a teacher, I've seen issues where, like you said, the parents are overly protective and they're creating an unrealistic environment for their children. And when I say that, this is what I mean. They're wanting everything to cater to their child.
Right.
Instead of them being exposed to the real world and how it's actually going to be up front. So when I say this goes over and spills over into something I'm very familiar with, which is sports. And so the coddling of the children and babying them well past when they should be also goes into sports, which is why you have football is becoming a soft sport.
Right.
Pledging.
You can't really even attack.
Right. You can't even hit anymore. Pledging has been dumbed down to a 2-week process in college. I'm sorry, 2 weeks? What you gonna learn in 2 weeks?
You can't even learn everybody's name on your line.
You can't even learn everybody's name on your line, your greeting, your alphabet, and your history. You can't learn that in 2 weeks. I'm sorry. You can't. And again, it's because of parents who are living their lives through their children. I think that is the main reason. And then with the teacher in this perspective, one of the things I found interesting was that teacher had 38 children in her class.
That's unacceptable.
Oh, it's fine.
You think that's fine? Well, Mo, you are the educator.
No. It's fine because you got 38, and she should have a teacher's aide in there. She's got to.
No teacher's aide.
And that's what school district?
Arlington.
Okay.
Interesting. So
Check
I feel like that's too many children for one teacher to handle.
It's it's too many children for one person to engage and for your students to understand the subject matter. It's not too many children. I'm a different kind of chick though.
Okay.
I'm a different kind of chick.
Yeah. Mo, you a beast.
Because I got high school. The kids said I was savage. This one guy kept
With
coming.
high school kids, you gotta be.
But this one kid was coming. As he was distracted, I said, we don't have any distractions. Okay. And then I said, so he distracted, I said, out. Then I said, you ready? Came back in. He came right back. I said, out. I said, because you're gonna get this eventually. You're gonna get this.
So,
and then when one student told me when I, about frying chicken. I'm gonna fry you chicken when you read on your grade level.
Interesting.
Because you ain't gonna ask me why I'm frying some chicken because I'm black.
Right.
Or fat. Or if I was greasy looking. You ain't gonna ask me to fry no chicken.
Oh, what you talking?
I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out why would you ask me of all people about fried chicken? Knowing I like baked chicken. Knowing I don't. The only time I go to KFC is to get the peppers for $1. So why are you asking me about frying chicken?
Churches has some good peppers.
See, that's just like asking me. It's just like asking me if I'm gonna eat some chitlins. What? Do I look like a pig? Do I look like intestines? What's going on?
Do you eat chitlins?
I used to.
I got a chitlin loaf I can make for you.
Look, I can't eat pork anymore.
And you slice it up.
Yeah, well, I can't eat pork anymore.
True.
So one of the things I would eat chitlins. However, I could not be in the same house that they were cooked in.
Oh no. That's
Okay,
most
do
definitely.
not come to North Carolina A&T State University homecoming. It's called the greatest homecoming on earth. When you open the newspaper,
Oh.
and they have all of the supermarkets we have chitlins on sale.
Well, see, and then
it was so gross to see.
Yeah, and see, one of the things that I found interesting about chitlins is that if you buy a 10-pound bucket, you will probably only end up with like 4 pounds. Yeah,
If you do it right.
If you do it right, yeah,
you
go.
Because you got to put it in a pressure cooker first.
Right.
First, you got to clean them again.
Right, you got to clean them again
because it's 10 pounds with shit in there.
Yeah,
because that's what the intestines are.
Yeah.
And so you got to clean it, and then when you cook it down. And you gotta clean it again, so you ain't got that 10 pounds.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I'm already.
Yeah,
Okay. Moving
Fried
on.
chicken, love. Yeah,
Woo.
moving on.
Yeah, we gonna move on. We gonna move on.
So with the first grader who was hospital, who's at fault?
I honestly
Society?
No, I
think
think
the little boy who hit him or who did that to him because he wouldn't give him his lunch or something.
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart.
Okay, now this is my first question.
Is that child homeless?
Hungry?
Hungry, whatever.
Why are you eating a Pop-Tart in class?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in my son's school, they don't allow food in the classroom.
Exactly.
Because of things and rodents and stuff.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, but I'm not making any judgments because I don't know the whole story.
Well, it could have been part of his lunch.
But either way it goes.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be fighting over food.
Right.
and it continued into the hallway. Mm-hmm. Where was? I mean, they don't have hall monitors.
No, the teachers don't have hall monitors. They have to stand outside.
Mm-hmm. And I just don't understand how it escalated so quickly without any intervention.
Because they're kids, they're hormonal, they're boys.
They're 6. Hormonal?
Yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand docile lifestyle.
Yeah.
Girls would be like, no.
I would definitely, have to take have to do some research on his family, his upbringing, because obviously there was something with that child.
I think it's a combination of the parents and the teacher.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's just one or the other. I think it's a combination of issues.
Well, they say when you follow a bully home, the person who opens the door is a bully. Mm-hmm. So we'll figure it out. But it is sad.
Yeah, because I know the one time I got in trouble for bullying. Yeah, that never happened again.
I bet it did.
Yeah, because I had and I was in the 3rd grade, and I kind of sprouted up a little bit. And
so this is the 3rd grade thing.
Yeah, I was
feeling yourself.
Yeah, I was feeling myself, and
you didn't feel yourself no more.
You got
punched in the chest, right?
No, actually, my mother came. No, my mother came up to the school, so she had to leave work and come up to the school.
A black mama who had to leave her job.
Woo! She had to lose money.
Mm-hmm. In 12 years, my mama went to my school once, and it was to give me money for the book.
Book fair?
Yeah, book fair, because I forgot.
Yeah,
and that was okay. But that right there?
Yeah, so she left work.
Her job. Her money-making job.
Mm-hmm. And came up to the classroom, and I'm still acting a fool in class.
Oh, you were bold.
Yeah, I was bold. And then I had to stand up in front of the class, apologize to my teacher, apologize to the little classmate that I was bullying. Then I was bent over the desk
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. Yes.
Okay. Oh, I love it.
Thoroughly.
So did you?
I love your mama.
Did you bully anybody else?
No.
To this day?
No.
When you see people bullying people,
I break it up.
You intervene. Yes. Because you're getting flashbacks.
Yes.
Because bullies are buttholes.
Yeah, and so I will say this: that was the last time my mother was called when I was at wrong, off from work. Now there was another incident where I was in middle school and she was called, but I was not at fault. I was the black student in the situation, and I had no fault. And my mother shut that down very quickly, because after that butt whooping in the 3rd grade, even though I was in the 7th grade. I remember that book was in the 3rd grade. Yeah. So no, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. I'm being honest. Look, this is what happened. I don't want another book.
Yeah,
so
because it hurt.
It was
4 years later.
Yeah, okay, well let's talk about this woman who abandoned a 2-year-old child near Houston. Butt needs to be whooped.
Yes.
So this is what happened to Estrelita. Estrelita. Okay, see what happened was the baby mama, who's probably 15 years older. Mm-hmm. Went to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Called the baby
probably
daddy.
Had baby number 2.
Probably. Called the baby daddy. Mm-hmm. Why wasn't her husband? I'm gonna leave it alone. Called the baby daddy, and guess what she said? Hey, I'm gonna drop off the baby to your house. I'm gonna get somebody to drop off the baby. He said, you need me to come get? He said, no, I can get somebody to drop off. So the girl dropped the baby off at the wrong house.
So
the woman took off running like she was a snatch and grab, except she was dropping and running, whatever.
First of all, guess what? This was a toddler. I bet you they didn't have no car seat for him. Because it wasn't it.
All she had was the baby in like 2 bags.
It wasn't their baby.
And she really, damn near threw both of them at the door. Ring, 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 and run.
So wait, the woman that dropped the baby off, that was not her baby.
No, it was a friend.
Interesting.
Of someone.
Interesting.
That was her friend, the baby's mama's friend. I'm like, what kind of friend drops your child off and runs off before somebody can claim that child?
Because I'm wondering.
I'm sorry. I got to see the whites of your eyes and have a little conversation before I leave a child in your care.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm taking a picture of it. Straight in the picture.
That can
work
too.
Let me take a picture so I can show it. Make sure.
With the baby in our arms.
Making sure. I've done it many a times. I'm like, here you go.
Oh, y'all look cute together. Let me get that.
Right. But what I think happened is that she probably was, because, these things.
Maybe she was high.
I wish I could write newspaper stories, because I'd be like, was she only in the car by herself? Was she keeping the car running? That's probably why she ran in, ran out. You know.
I'm like.
But that's a baby though.
But I don't think she had. And I want to know if there was a car seat there, because if there was a car seat, that tells me right there she didn't have any children up to age 5, because you still have to do a childhood booster seat, right?
Oh,
so
I
she
still
didn't
got
have
my
any
baby.
children, so she has no idea. Until you and you don't understand this until you become a parent, and there's no shade on no one who's not.
Right.
Trust and believe.
Right.
You don't understand the little nuances. Those having those fits out in public. The parent is not a horrible parent. You know what the parent is? Somebody who's got a child who had a fit, because I guarantee they ain't having them fits at the house.
Right.
Or if they are having them fits, they're far and few between. And you're like, what the heck happened to you? You just came in this store and you just got this air on you, and now you crazy? And then you looking around talking about, oh, I swear to God, I discipline at home. I swear to God. And other people are talking about, we understand. So she didn't know. There's no way she could have known. There's no way she had a child under her care before.
Right.
No way. You don't ring no doorbell and leave the child there.
Yeah, and see, I don't even have kids, and that's not something I would do.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, but I do have younger siblings though, so I probably have a different perspective on it.
You wouldn't have taken the child because you wouldn't have had the car seat.
I would have had a car seat. You don't put no baby in your car without a car seat.
That's what I'm saying. She just picked the baby up and took her to the daddy.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, this is why a lot of my friends trust me with their kids too.
Right. And
because you have a brain.
Yeah.
And what you doing next weekend? Because I need a babysitter.
Right.
I'm going to the Maxwell concert.
Yeah, I was
next
gonna
weekend.
say
Maxwell
Kevin
next
Hart.
weekend. Yeah, Maxwell, Kevin Hart, PV Homecoming, and I'm gonna miss 2 of them because I'll be at the Maxwell concert. However,
I hope she's worth it.
What do you mean?
To Mr. PV Homecoming.
You know what? It's not about PV Homecoming. It's about seeing Maxwell.
I see.
Yeah, I really am a fan of. Even when I found out Kevin Hart and Maxwell were going to be here at the same time, it was like, yeah, I like Kevin Hart, but I prefer Maxwell.
Okay.
So yeah, I like Maxwell, and so I got some pretty good seats too. Think I'm in row 12.
Where
At
Verizon?
at the Toyota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Irving.
In Irving, yeah.
Oh, that's a
Toyota Pavilion.
Oh, that's a haven. The sound is awesome there.
I haven't been. This is another reason. I've been. I've been to the AAC. I've been to
You're gonna get a little moist out there. You're gonna be happy.
Moist.
He's gonna be excited.
Moist.
Moist.
I ain't mad at that.
You're gonna be sitting in C12. You're gonna be like
that word.
Oh, listen.
Moist.
Yeah, I think.
The music.
Yeah.
The music is
What is it they say? The only time I want to hear the word moist is whenever you're talking about a cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
And increasing
I do
number
love
of
some
police
Maxwell,
calls
though.
because I'm black. I don't understand this one. Which topic is this? What are they talking about?
This is just in general. You know, we've had seemingly just this rash.
Girl, what is that in your
in the
hand?
last. It's a
Phone
stand. See.
You know what? Okay, go ahead.
Anyway.
Y'all do too much. Y'all do too much with these electronic devices.
The most recent one was what was it with Kathy Cart
Yeah.
at the football soccer game, whatever it was, because a father was yelling instructions to his son. She felt like he was yelling at the referee. Therefore, you know, he was in violation or whatever, and he needed to keep it down. Well, you know, then he was like trying to explain himself. Now she feels threatened. She's calling the police. And now the other parents are jumping in because they're defending him because he wasn't doing anything wrong, but she's going ballistic. Then you have the woman that followed the man all the way to his apartment because
she didn't believe he could live there.
You know, all he needed to do was show me this, and I'm not. You know what? I'm sorry. If I live somewhere, I don't need to justify my being there at all. You know, if you seriously have the nerve to follow me all the way to my apartment, I'm calling the fucking police on you. Pardon my French. But it's like, you know, why is this seemingly such a profane thing? And noticeably, it seems a lot of women calling on men and a lot of white males calling on black women. Because there was another incident where a woman was trying to go into a gated community to her home.
In Georgia.
and the man wouldn't let her through.
And he didn't live there.
So it's like, what is going on?
Okay, this is what's going on.
Jealousy and envy.
Okay,
You know?
listen, which camera am I talking
Is this
to? Which
all
camera?
three of them?
All three of them.
This is having a problem that White House is causing, I think.
Okay, people have
Like
always been
justification.
this way.
But now I think they feel justified.
No, it's because we have videos. See,
Yeah.
they've always been assholes.
It just hadn't been captured.
Yeah, let me tell you about this personal experience. So anybody who knows me knows I don't like people, black, white, green. I'm just not a people liker.
I don't like people either.
See. So what happened is we were tired of the commute, so we were going to rent a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I go to the house. I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. Only because I was tired of the commute, 120 miles a day. I was tired of it. We meet this Yahoo, because I can't use profanity. And, we're talking to him. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just like, all I'm thinking is 120 miles. This fool says, he asked us some questions. Oh, I said fool. That's not curse word. And he's like, so both of y'all went to college? Because we work in the district. Both of y'all went?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Okay. In my mind, because I got my baby there, I said, this is your takeaway. Not the credit check. Not the fact that we, have property. Not the fact that our credit score can surpass your little minimum. But that we both went to college, that was your takeaway? Long story short, he couldn't get back to us. By the time he got back to us, he's no longer property manager. See, this is what happens. Becky, the one who said the guy shouldn't live there or whatever, she was a property manager in another property for that property, right? Mm-hmm. She lost her job, okay? The lady who prevented the little black girl from selling the water or called the cops on that, she lost her job with the dispensaries. See, this is where you have to get them. You have to get them where it hurts. Like this little fool who dealt with us, he lost out $12,000 because he was going to charge us $1,000 a month. Well, I had just sold my father's house. I had it in my purse. I was like, let's get this shit over with because I'm tired of 120 miles. No, the house, the house was okay. It was a rental. It was okay.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of rentals.
But you Yahoo asshole. See, I wasn't you Yahoo dumb butt getting excited because we just couldn't believe you both went to college and you're colored. Now, let me hurt your feelings. My mama graduated from college, and she was colored. And her mother, which my grandmother, she was colored. So that's really what it fucked up his whole, I can't
and look.
his whole year. But
No,
he just lost $12,000 in one city. Because he's talking about, they both went to college and they're colored. See, so what they're going to do is they've been like this all the time. We just didn't have a video. Had I thought about it, I would have videoed that little fucking guy and said, this dumbass he don't need to breathe no more.
So basically his DA needs to stop being replicated.
It needs to stop.
Yeah.
It needs to stop. And so what happened is they've been like this all the time. Strom Thurmond has always been a rapist. He's the South Carolina senator.
Right.
He has 3 black kids. The women he had them with were 16, 17-year-olds. They were domestics. They worked for his family. If that ain't called if that ain't called rape, I don't know what's rape. But you got Bill Cosby in jail for the people who came to his house so they could get a job.
Right.
At 8 or 9 o'clock at night, talking about they want to talk business. Business between 8 and 5.
Right.
And the first so-called lady was like, well, it happened in the 80s or the 90s. You telling me you were raped and you can't remember which decade?
Remember when it was?
Which decade? I'm going to tell you, maybe not. Okay, I'm going to let you make it say not remember what day. But everybody I know who's been sexually assaulted can remember the day, the smell, the time, and the hour. But this chick talking about she can't remember which decade. So they all have always been like this. But we have never had the video.
Right.
The videos is what makes the difference. So the videos tells the story. So Emmett Till, yes, we are finally vindicating you. And then the white woman about Emmett Till says, well, yeah, it didn't happen like that. We in the black community have always known that Emmett Till didn't want that sucked up little turd prune looking woman. And he was from Chicago. He knew the rules in Mississippi.
Right.
He knew not to look at them in their eyes. He knew not to whistle at them. He knew not to touch them. But she lied. She lied because she was screwing somebody else.
Right, and her husband found out. So, with that being said, we're going to take a little break. And if you'd like to join the conversation, the number's 214-717-4827. We're going to get into a little Dreaming by Vanessa Williams and then Going Outside in the Rain.
Dreaming. Dreaming.
Yeah.
What's that song? Go ahead. Dreaming.
Go ahead and play the song.
What else Paul Abdul? Oh, I
Yeah.
See, I got to get the bars. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I was so hot at that man. Because then I got in the car. And I said, did he just say? And he go, right, it's okay. I was like, she liked the backyard, so I was cool with it. Because she liked the backyard.
Because the baby.
Yeah, the baby liked the backyard. I was like, hell, I just sleeping on the couch. I don't know.
Yeah.
But really, I was like, they've been doing this for years.
And you know what's funny though?
I guess what my thing is it's seemingly so prevalent. It's just like every other day, and nobody gets it. You know, you have this girl in Starbucks who acted a fool.
She lost her job.
Yeah, but I don't really. It's just the fact that it's occurring, and and people think it's okay, and it's not even. It's not even just. Let's not even take it to a black and white issue. Just a mutual respect of humanity. You know, and I know that doesn't exist because since I was this high, I've been, what are you? That is the rudest question that I think you can ask a human being. What are you? I'm a fucking human being.
Well, go ahead.
Because I'm sorry, we're not sleeping together. We are not having babies together. It is none of your damn business. It is none of your damn business what my DNA is. You either like me or you don't like me. Period.
Yeah. No. Oh.
My skin shouldn't matter. I don't care if you think I look exotic. I don't care if you think that, whatever.
We all go through it though.
I don't.
The next time they ask you, what are you, you say crazy.
Well, hey,
true. Because they be like, do you have any, I got this mixture. I ain't no damn paint. How about that?
Trust me.
But I'm
I get it. Because
and that's just me and my, I guess because in 42 years I have been dealing with BS human beings.
Because you allow
and I'm tired.
No.
And I'm tired.
See, you gotta have this when you walk down the street. If someone asks you, hey, what are you? Then you got the wrong demeanor. You gotta have a harsher.
Oh, I've learned over time, when they, what are you? I'm like, human. What are you?
Here's the funny part.
What are you mixed with? My mom and dad. How about you?
Ain't no damn thing.
Here's the funny part. Try going to engineering conference. Everybody looking at you like, are you lost?
Right.
Why you
rude. Because you're black.
No.
That's in fact.
No,
maybe
they say
that's
I look like a football player.
Because you don't look like a nerd.
Yeah, I don't look like a nerd because I
no
come
pocket protector, no glasses.
Because I come in with because this was in college, and we were in North Carolina, and I came in. I had my polo shirt, I had my creased jeans, I had my polo boots on. I'm fly. I'm Southern fly.
So you thought?
Yeah. So I thought. But anyway, however, I come in. Are you lost? Because I got separated from my group because I had to go back and pick up all the T-shirts for everybody because we had the T-shirts FedExed in. T-shirts came in for the crew, so I had to go run and pick them up from FedEx, and then I was going to bring them to the conference for everybody distributed at the... It's cool.
Yeah.
So I come in with a big box of T-shirts.
You going to do it.
Yeah. And they look at me like, are you lost? No, I'm here for the NSBE conference. And these are...
Now,
these are black engineers.
Okay, so let's explain this, people. NSBE stands for
the National Society of Black Engineers.
So he got profiled by black folk who thought that he didn't look like a black engineer. So it happens all over.
It's just like, oh, you look like a football player.
I was wondering why you in North Carolina. You in Greensboro. Yeah. See? I know.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the hell going on? Like, and then what was really tripping them out was because we were staying in the Hilton, and the Hilton has the piano in the lobby. So
and you sat down and started playing.
yeah, so
Hot
it was
damn.
me and one of my little PCI, like we had the Nesby Jr.
Right.
So he could play the piano, I could play. So we sitting playing Tupac on the piano. So everybody jamming, but the white people walking by like, what is that you're playing? That sounds so good, and everybody's all excited. This is Tupac. We playing Tupac on the piano. Everybody tripping because everybody having a good time, but then the white people walking by like, they can play the piano. Oh my God. What is that?
And here's another
It's two
problem.
of them. Play the piano together.
Here's another problem I have, and whoever's watching, because I know you mentioned it early on when I admitted my love of Frank Sinatra.
What's wrong with that?
It was like, I forget exactly what was said, but basically, you can't really love Frankie unless it's Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. I'm like, you know what? See, for me,
When y'all
I
played that
cannot.
music, y'all played that big band music. You remember that
Right.
time? Oh my
But
God.
see, this is the thing: is I grew up listening to country, so yes, I can two-step. I grew up listening to Marvin Gaye, Al Green, the staple singers. I listened to Queen. I listened to Def Leppard. I listened to Metallica,
Guns N' Roses.
Yes. Nirvana. I was all over the place. So as far as my love of music, you cannot contain me to any one. If you listen to, and I freak some of my coworkers out because they all of a sudden I bust out with some Reba McEntire, and it's like, I was not expecting that. Well, what were you expecting? Or Uncle Cracker. That's another one of my karaoke favorites.
Yeah.
And
or have you ever heard Cross Canadian Ragweed?
No, I'm sorry, that's out of my league.
Yeah, I like Cross Canadian Ragweed. They're this group. They had this song called "Boys from Oklahoma." If you listen to the song, it'll turn you. That was my intro song to them, and then I started listening.
That one.
Cross Canadian Ragweed. They
1
are
minute left,
true.
all right.
You like Kane Brown?
Kane Brown.
Listen to something. You like it.
I probably would.
But see, I love
Rhett
love songs.
Thomas.
So love songs, country love songs, classical love songs, Spanish love songs. They just have to be love songs.
Marie Ben-Ari. I love her.
Yes, but she blew up once she crossed over and got with the hip hop artists. Yeah, because she blew up. That's when she blew up.
And there's also Bond.
Yeah.
I listen to them. I'm all over the place when it comes to music. Don't tell me I have to listen to rap and hip hop and whatnot. This is the third one.
It get excited.
All right. Welcome back. So
y'all need to catch us on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube Live, so y'all can see behind the scenes. Exactly. So when we come back from break, for those listening to us on the After Party Radio app, the behind the scenes is a trip. So if y'all want to see it again, YouTube, Facebook, follow Master Gas, so y'all can see all the behind the scenes stuff that you're not able to hear on the app. But we're gonna jump into segment 3. And have you ever dated? This is from our fan favorite Allison Denise. So we're gonna talk about dating and this whole jive. Now I know Mo and Sunshine,
We're girls.
I'm so tired of the dating scene, and I feel sorry for those of you who are out in the dating scene.
I know that's right. I couldn't do it no more. I could not date this nowadays.
It's so,
it ain't easy.
It's so shady out there.
It ain't
people
easy.
Lie. People lie, and they're in relationships, or they're married, or the single people. They ain't holding down the jobs they say they are, living with mama. Why can't we just be honest about shit? Honesty is the best policy. What happened to that?
Because they're
what
scared.
happened to
They
that?
scared. They're insecure.
Single. They're already single. They don't want to be single, so they're trying to do stuff not to be single.
Right. And here's the funny part that I've seen, that everybody looks at me in amazement, and when they find out, oh, you don't have any kids.
I think that's beautiful. You know what you want.
What's wrong with you?
That's
the question I get asked.
That's what they do.
So what's wrong with you?
They were like,
No.
and I mean, you know how they ask you what are you? So they asked me, before I married that man out there, they asked me, so what's wrong with you? Can you have kids? And I would tell them, stay out of my vagina. and leave me the fuck alone. Because, and when people would ask me, why don't you have any kids? I said, well, because I've never been married, and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to follow. Well, you don't have to be married to have children.
That may be your decision.
I said, evidently you've never met my parents, because that's not how we roll in the NC.
So, with that being said, so have either one of you ever dated someone like your parents?
Yes.
How did that work out?
You should have married your parents. Did you marry your dad?
No.
Really? They always say, don't they always
Oh,
say?
now my current spouse is a lot like my dad in some ways. Oh, pardon me. In a lot of other ways, they're vastly different. My last was a lot like my mother. Hypocritical, lying.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's not bring any of those issues in.
And God knows they loved each other. Hell, they were probably sleeping together, but that's a whole other story.
So what about you, Bo? You ever date somebody like your parents?
You said they may be sleeping together.
Hey, they were friends on Facebook, and we weren't friends on Facebook, so after we broke up, so who knows what went on.
Okay, okay, so let's see. Okay, well, I don't know, Reggie, you tell me. I dated 2 guys. One guy met my mom, and one guy met my dad. And I ended up marrying one of the 2. And I think my husband is a combination, and this is what I tell my mom. My husband's a combination of my dad and my brother. I said, Lord, I married my brother. Lord, I married my dad. Yeah, but I think you do gravitate. Is that it? Gravitate to the men in your life, because my father, unfortunately. Okay, in 3rd grade, I was a wee bit overweight, 95 pounds in 3rd grade, but that's okay. But then I had a brother every day at the house talking about, you're so beautiful. I was like, but they said I was fat. He said, but look at them. Do we really want to listen to them? And this is what my brother told me every day. So when it comes to self-esteem issues,
yeah.
And then that's good, because I was 100 pounds in 4th grade, so.
See? You should have had my brother to talk about. But my clothes are bigger. Theirs should be bigger. Because you should have bigger clothes because they're better clothes. I said, okay, the animals are matching. And I said,
right.
I said, but the people out there, he said, but they're outside. That's where they're going to stay. And I mean, you have a brother, and you think, you'd be like, well, yes, I can move that mountain. But I don't want to move it right now because I just don't have time. I have to read my book.
Right.
So and that's how my husband is.
And I think that's actually been my issue, that I compare women, I size them up towards my mom and myself, and they fall short.
They come up short.
They fall short.
Most men like you, most men like you who have very successful and strong-willed mothers, because you have 2. What happens is they usually attract the weak ones, the weak women, and they try to fix them because they're trying to make them be like the women in their lives because they see something that the women don't see.
Potential.
Right. And they're like, I can make you, I can get you there, I can do this. And they're like,
that's what I see women do.
Well, yeah, but see, he's not married. And see, the reason he's not married is because
he can't be fixed.
He's trying to fix
nothing to do.
He's trying to fix
women.
Fix these women.
Yeah.
To be like his role models. But when you have really strong and well adapted and well women, women who are happy with who they are, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for you.
And see, and the funny part is because my sisters and then my cousins,
they'll never marry.
No,
they're rough on the people.
No, because they're so you know how most guys and most women their families are hard on guys that try to date the women in their family.
Right.
So if you look at my family, the women that try to come into my family, the women are very rough on them. They are. They're very now. Granted, the ones that come in, you ain't going nowhere. They good.
Okay.
But just to get over that threshold, it's kind of like, it's like a barrier because they will drill women that, just because my aunt told one of my exes, she was like, you do understand something, that he's very nice, but when you piss him off and he go off, his mama stay out of his way. So don't piss him off.
Right.
It takes a lot to piss him off. So if you piss him off, you do understand that 9 times out of 10, that's your fault that you pissed him off. Because he's probably giving you a long
See, that's good information. See, that's good information to have. So those women should have taken that information.
And they didn't.
And they did. Just yesterday, I was giving this young lady, she's so sweet. I was giving some advice. She's starting to date this guy. Da, da, da. I said, now look, when you go, and you need to listen to this, when you go to his house and you're talking to him or whatever, and if you find hidden in the couch some panties, this is what I want you to do. Listen to me. You pick up the panties and you throw them away in the garbage. Because what some other woman has tried to do is mark her territory. Let her know it's been cleaned up. So just don't tell that man, what is this? What is it? Because it ain't your house. Now, when it gets to be your house and you got your name on that lease, then you can say. But you pick up those panties and you throw them away.
And you know what's funny?
They do that.
They do that. And
They
because
try.
I thoroughly clean my house. Like, once a month, I flip couch pillows,
Right.
dust,
Right.
all. I have found.
You find everything. Ponytail holders, headbands,
that.
panties,
You do that.
bras,
Brushes,
lipstick,
combs.
mascara.
So, and then let me tell you where they really hide it. Behind the washer machine.
Behind the washing
You know why?
machine.
They don't put it in the washer machine, behind the washing machine to make you think, or behind the dryer to make you think, oh, well, she's washed her clothes here. No.
But see, that's one of the things I do on a monthly basis. You got to pull that washer and dry out and sweep
Yes.
and clean behind it.
Yeah, you gotta-
because that creates a fire hazard.
Exactly. Just the filth, the lint.
The lint trap.
Lint trap.
I
Yeah.
vacuum the lint trap.
Yeah,
No,
well, that's fine.
yeah,
but you
yeah,
should
that-
clean it on a regular
yeah,
basis.
behind-
Yeah.
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 So I want to let you know. Hey, listen.
Listen,
Pick
see,
them up.
most spread
Throw
knowledge.
away.
Away.
I'm trying to, and you know what she told me yesterday? She's like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, you gotta do that. You gotta do that because it's not a competition, baby. When you take the competition out the way, it's not competition.
And you
So throw
know,
the
I've
drawers away,
had,
throw
I've
the
had
drawers
women
away.
leave underwear that were not theirs, trying to catch me up.
Yeah,
When I know you've been the only one at my house, but you'll leave another
Right.
size under,
That
and I
don't-
know what
that
size you
don't-
wear.
That don't make no sense.
No, and this is why. Oh, once you do this and I catch you in it, and you try to do, no, okay, we done.
because that's a manipulative person, and you don't need that person in your
Yeah,
life.
and that's exactly why you cut them off at that point.
Right.
Yeah, nope, done.
And you can't tell another man about. Here's the worst advice. Okay, when you see that a man has a manipulative mother, run.
Yeah,
You
What
gotta
about
go.
manipulative sisters?
Run because they learned it from somewhere. Run.
right.
Was that mine? Because I'm getting ready for book.
That's probably mine.
Okay. But no, you have to do that. You have to do that because you don't want to waste your time. And the only woman he knows is his mother or a mother-like figure. And if she's crazy as cuckoo, then you need to run because you can't fix it because you ain't got no degree in psychiatry and you don't want to waste your time.
So
Have
let's
you ever-
move. So what about dating people that are cheap?
Don't matter.
I'm
if they're cheap.
thrifty.
Baby, you said thrifty.
I am thrifty.
Okay, you're thrifty, but you still like nice things.
I do.
Cheap is cheap. Cheap
Right.
is
Yeah, cheap is cheap.
Okay, so I had this one girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She was a sales. So she was gonna go out with this guy, and he gave her a hypothetical. Listen to this. He said, "What if my is $1,500 a year for his insurance,
Okay.
and she makes 3 times as much as he did. Should she paid $1,000 and he only paid $500
No.
because she makes 3 times more? So this is what I said. I said, well, why don't we look at it like this? Get the fuck out.
Right?
You know
See,
what?
that's cheap.
Yeah.
See, when you talking about thrifty. My brother's
Yeah,
thrifty.
yeah.
My brother wears Kohans, but he goes to the place where they do your shoes, the cobbler.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And when the people don't pay for it, he learned it in Carolina. When the people don't pay for it, they leave their shoes.
Right.
So my brother buys them up. Now
Hell
that's thrifty.
That's
Right.
thrifty.
But see, here's the other thing. You know you can go to Kohan. They do have an outlet, and the Kohan outlet, their shoes are like a season out of style. However, Kohan shoes last forever.
That's
you
like
gotta
red
have
bottom
the bottoms.
shoes. I'm sorry. You get a nice pair of black stilettos. I don't care if they're red bottoms, Jimmy Choos, whatever. You wear those suckers. I
It's
take
Jimmy
them
Choo.
to have them fixed. Yeah, thank you.
Jimmy Choo. It's
Take
sad, I
them
know
to
that.
have them, you know,
Who ain't no man?
the sole redone if you need to. But shoot,
Yeah, because honestly,
wear
I've
those until they wear out.
had a pair of Kohans since 98, 99, and you can't even tell. Because I put my shoehorn in them.
Mm-hmm.
I get the leather treated every year.
Mm-hmm.
I put them back up in the box after I wear them.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about care.
Yeah, and
So you're not cheap.
No.
Thrifty.
There's
I'm
there.
thrifty.
However, I will say this: I will spend money when I want something.
Okay.
Look, I spent it was less than $100, but it was up there for a Kate Spade purse.
Mm-hmm.
And
Before
boy,
she died or after?
before.
Yeah,
And
that's
I tell you
that's
what,
a collector's item then.
I even after I got it, opened it up in the pretty green and white with the gold seal, and I was like, ooh, I was like, dang, I just spent over $80 on a purse.
Actually, you know what? Here's
On
the
a
thing.
purse.
You know what?
80 or
It
800.
was
80.
over 80.
You know what?
She said
You know
800.
what? Here's the thing.
No.
Here's
I
the-
wish I said 800.
Look.
She didn't drag me into the story about
Right.
Kate Spade.
Right.
That was
Look,
first $80.
I'm
I'm sorry.
I'm
It
gonna
was
tell you
on
right now.
sale. It was
I'm
on
gonna tell you right
sale.
now. If you
But still,
if you
I'm
my
like,
woman
damn.
and you look, if you said you my woman and you want an $80 purse, baby, go ahead get 2 of them. I got you.
Ooh.
Cause I'm
Damn,
sorry.
I'm married.
See, but see, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can respect a woman that wants a reasonable purse that she can carry around, and she's not going out and trying to get $1,000 purse, and you don't have $1,000 in your bank account.
Right.
Or $1,000 put in the purse.
Right.
Here's the thing. Even if that purse costs $80, $160, you're looking right at $200 with tax. Sweetie, that's pocket change. That ain't no real money.
And you want to
I'm
know why
sorry.
them people sending you naked pictures in your DM?
But here's
It
the
ain't
thing.
me. It's you. You
No.
talking that's pocket change.
But that is pocket change.
That's my light bill.
Again, that's pocket change.
I ain't got that in my. Well, okay, I do right now.
Yeah,
The point of the matter is.
The point of the matter
I borrowed
is
some
that
money. I'm
Okay.
gonna put my car in the shop
The
because
point of
everything that I'm doing to try and save money ain't working.
here's the thing though. And this is where having parents that are that were very good with their money growing up taught me how to do. Like
And
you,
that's something else that parents need to start teaching their kids because they don't teach this shit in school. Is managing money.
here's the funny part
she
about
wants some
managing.
goggles, and she's putting money in her jar. And
Right.
She's like, when I get my goggles, when you fill up that jar.
Here's the funny part. What people don't know is that if you put up 9.5% of your paycheck in an IRA or a 401k, do you realize that it only reduces your actual take-home pay by $15?
See?
You don't realize that. You can put up 10% of your paycheck, and it won't affect what you take home by but a little bit. But you put up 10% over time, this builds your wealth.
Right.
And that take-home pay doesn't change because it puts you in a lower tax bracket, which means they're taxing you lower, which means that the money you taking home is the same, and you're able to build for the future, and you get a tax break.
Right.
What's the problem?
None.
And then if you lay out all your bills, here's the thing: you budget and stay within your budget. So you should.
Microwave society. They want everything quick.
We want it now.
No,
Right.
and this is one of the things that I was taught growing up. If you want something, work for it. So I wanted the fancy shoes, and I wanted Jordans, and my parents were like, okay, well, if you want that, I need 3-6 weeks of straight A's. Because what it gave them time to do was save their money to get me what I wanted. Then at the same time, I had to prove something. So I had to work my butt off to get what I wanted. So by the time I worked my butt off and got it, they were able to save the money, put it, oh, okay, well, you got, let's go out and get it. I didn't realize that until I got older,
Right.
what they were doing, but it was a win-win situation because it allowed them to save. So now if I want something, it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do to earn it? So I got to give up stuff because, ooh, hey, I want to go put 20s on my truck. So let me give up some stuff. That means I can't go out to the movies. That means that, oh, I got to stop spending money on eBay.
What are 20s?
Huh? 20-inch rims.
20-inch rims.
Those are the wheels.
You want to
Yeah.
put the big ass wheels on your car?
Well, this lets you know because it was back in 2004 when I did this. So I put 20s on my truck because at that time that was the biggest you could get.
Okay, well, let's go do this. Have you ever dated someone who was a bad leg? Well, now, I
Woo.
believe that men lay a bad leg. Bad in bed.
Bad in
So
bed.
I'm thinking men overcompensate themselves. I'm not saying you, Reggie, about them 20-inch rims. But I'm just saying.
Well, here's the thing: you put 20s on the truck, you can still drive it like a truck. You ain't got to pussyfoot around with it. Because when I could hop a curb in my truck, I was happy. I hop a curb, didn't worry about denting the ring.
Right.
Hop a curb. So when you go to the park
sometimes
and
you hop a curb and you scrape the bottom of your car with 20s, you're not gonna scratch nothing.
Yeah, on a truck, 20s on a truck, you can drive it like a truck. You can hop a curb, you can back, you can drag a trailer, you do whatever you need to do. However, it looks nice, but you can still drive it like a truck.
Okay, thank you.
Now, a bad lay. Yeah, define that.
I don't know because because I'm married. I only had sexual intercourse with my husband. I'm just saying. If I had knowing me, you couldn't be a bad lay with me because you'd be with me. I don't understand.
But we're talking about dating. But since you're not all into the dating,
I'm not dating. I've been with my husband. Thank you, Jesus. Shut up, Reggie.
They've been few and far between.
I can't stand you.
But yeah.
So no, define it. What is a bad lay? You're the erotic girl.
I think it is incompatibility.
Is it size?
No. It has a lot to do with
the stroke. The
Use
motion in the
your
ocean.
words.
Yes.
We want to know. What is a bad lay? You trying to be nice.
I'm trying to find the word incompatibility, but then the other thing is inexperience. Inexperience. One thing that I think women need to be more assertive as telling their partners what it is they like, what it is they don't like. And you don't have to be that direct.
What if they don't know what they like?
Well, then, honey, you need to be exploring your body a little bit more.
It shouldn't be. She said explore the body.
Yeah,
John,
well, I think
she said explore the body.
I do. I think, and this is again just my personal opinion. I have no degree or anything in sexual sex. Oh yes, definitely had sex.
Oh my.
But yes, discovering your body again. We women and men. Self-discovery. You know what you like. You know how you like to be touched. You know how you like to be kissed. And if you don't, then you need to do some self-exploration. Or you need to have that partner that you can communicate with and discuss these things with. Because, I like nibbling on the neck and, I like, some people like I never understood the whole blowing and kissing in the ear thing. That's always
nasty.
eluded me. I'm like, I don't like that. What is that?
That's you get my earwax on your tongue.
Yeah, that's gross. But, breasts and your thighs and, all the different places on your body that, people might not think to be erotic zones, but they really are. And again, like I said, communication.
My vagina's my erotic zone. I don't understand.
That's the only one you got? That's the only?
But here's the funny part. To me, like, a bad lay is not somebody that I'm not mentally attracted to.
Well, we know that about you.
Yeah, because you're sapiosexual. Sapiosexual.
But you also need participation.
True. However,
can you just lay there? You
No.
You can't just lay there.
I'm sorry. You know what?
No.
You can't lay there and think about what you're doing.
Missionary is now it has its.
Missionary's not good.
Missionary has its place.
Right.
Howsomever, when you add a little leverage,
like a pillow under
yes.
Yeah. Missionary with a pillow. Okay, we're good.
One leg up, one leg down, 1, 2. You can't just be missionary.
Yeah, and you can explore bondage as well. Light bondage.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Some people like heavy bondage.
Light bondage. So, Charm, you look confused. Light bondage is...
the flushing cuffs?
Yeah.
She knows what it is.
No.
She just knows if there's a fire, she needs to get the hell about.
Right? Come on now.
Here's the thing. Like,
Scissors got that video. She gets him all good and tied up in the bed.
And what she do, leave?
And then she left.
No.
And some older woman came in.
You have to be able to trust your partner too. But no, it's just like exploration. That's I feel like this. You can have a bad experience. That doesn't make you a bad lay.
Right.
However, you should be willing to explore. Because if you're sharing your body with somebody, then you should be willing to explore yourself and that other person.
So you shouldn't be timid.
No. If I'm going to share my body with you, there ain't no... Well, I only have 2 rules. 2 rules. Everything else is debatable.
I'm trying to figure out the 2 rules.
Safety word, pineapple.
I wasn't ready.
Why does it have to be a 3-syllable word?
No, I
Safety
have...
word help. Safety word ouch. Safety word no. Safety word go. I don't say pineapple. I don't say pineapple.
No.
Safety word.
No, look. No, I'm just going to say this. If you are not willing to explore yourself and the person you're with, but again, you're sharing your body with this person, so you should be open.
You have a safety word.
Safe word. It's called a safe word.
Safe word.
Yeah, safe word. But what the safe word is giving the other person acknowledgement that, hey, you going too far.
Right.
I got 2 rules. I don't do no gay stuff, and you ain't sticking nothing up in me.
Well, first of all, what is gay stuff?
Well, see, here's the thing.
Anal penetration.
No, here's the thing. I define gay stuff as you sticking stuff up in me, messing with my backside. You don't do none of that. However, after being in Atlanta for a few weeks, I found out that men in Atlanta that are quote unquote straight like stuff stuck up in them, and I was like, no,
Anal
we not doing it. No.
Men in Dallas like it too.
Because you know,
I didn't know that.
They were talking about that on the station the other day.
The anus has a high nerve concentration.
Understood.
I'm just saying.
I understand that. However, I am the man. I have the instrument to do the sticking. I am not going to be stuck.
I got a girlfriend who uses a strap on her man.
Oh, now
and
see,
again,
that's too far for me.
And that's to each their own. I'm talking about for me. For me, as a man, you don't come at me with no gay stuff, and you ain't sticking nothing up in me. I'm sorry. Everything else we can debate about, we can talk about. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna say yes.
You sound like another man that I know.
However,
will remain nameless. But
however, if you're open to exploration, and again, everybody has their limitations, and you have to respect those. But you should be comfortable with your limitations. And hey, this is my cutoff point. I don't do nothing past this. Everything else we can talk about. Mm-hmm. And as a partner, you should be able to talk about these things, and that's how you don't have bad lays. At least in my head. Because you're willing to talk about it, then it's like, okay, well, you can figure out what each other like, and
So should you watch some videos together?
Whatever works for
Are
you.
there some how-to? Sunshine, have you done your how-to erotic DVD for us?
I have not, but
you know
what?
Just lay down there, old missionary girls like myself who won't have sex with their husband.
Good.
I know better.
I'm going to tell you like
this. The
this.
ones that come off prudish seem to be the freakiest ones behind closed doors.
I will say this. Sex is just like a relationship. You have to have participation from both parties to make it work.
Both parties, absolutely.
To make it work.
It takes 2.
It takes
sometimes
2 to tango.
3, depending on the people.
Whatever you into, there has to be clear communication.
Communication is key.
Yes, just like a relationship. So, I have had a bad lay, but that was.
Did you fix it?
No.
You just
wasn't worth fixing.
No, it wasn't worth fixing because here's the thing. It was too late, and then the personality and the intelligence kind of threw me off.
So you had sex with her before you got to know her.
Therefore, you were not intellectually stimulated.
So it wasn't
it was just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, gotta go.
Yeah,
because the foreplay is pretty much the conversation, and you didn't have that with her.
Right.
Next time, check with me and Sunshine before you get with someone.
Well, see, this is before I even knew y'all. This was way long ago, and this is a person that flew into town because we were on the phone, and just so happened to have a business trip.
Ticket, right?
No, she just so happened to have a business trip that brought her to the area that I was living in at the time, and it was like, hey, you gonna be here? Cool.
And it fell short.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. So about that, let's talk about. Okay, since we got some time and Q ain't here, so my thing is relationships. Mm-hmm. So you are a man and you like women, as a man who likes women, because they're not, some men don't like women. I'm good.
That's fair. Yeah.
As a man who likes women, what is the number one put off? What would you say no? I mean, when you look at the person, or is when you speak to the person, or why would, have you ever dated someone who was not black? Okay, so why would you date someone who's not black?
Okay, you asked me a couple of questions.
Let's go to the last.
Yeah, because I'm all confused.
What
are we talking about here?
Why would you date somebody who's not black?
Because I don't, honestly, I feel like that you can't limit your possibilities.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm not going to cut off any person just based on their race or anything like that. I will say this, however, to this point, I will say this, that when it comes to long term, it's easier for me to see myself with a black woman long term because she understands unwritten and unsaid things that somebody of a different race may not understand.
Right.
However, if another woman of another race can prove that they understand those situations that I go through on a daily basis as a black man, I've given them a fair shot. And not saying that they're not out there. I have a brother right now who has been dating. I'm not exactly sure, so I'm gonna just generalize. She's of Asian descent, and they've been dating each other for a while. They get along very well. I
think they have their own individual struggles that maybe they can relate to.
Right, and because of the industry that they work in, they relate to each other very well. However, I've seen friends and family members date people of other races, and it works. For me, I don't see it. Not saying it can't happen. I just don't see it because there are certain things that if I have a rough day where I'm talking about people thinking or questioning my intelligence because of the color of my skin, not everybody's not gonna understand that. So, yeah. Now,
so I have a friend. Okay, I know it seems like I got a lot of friends. I ain't. But anyway,
you talk about the same people a lot over and over again. You just don't mention their name because they got a lot of issues. I understand.
He's black and she's white. They're married, right? So they got pulled over. And we can talk about this around her, and she can kind of understand. But they got pulled over, and they got pulled over just because. And so
DWB.
Driving
while black, for those that don't understand.
She saw firsthand, and she was hotter than
fish grease.
She was hotter than fish grease. She was hotter than he was because he knew what was going on. Because the cop was like, "Ma'am, are you okay? Is everything okay with you, ma'am? Who is this guy to you?"
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
And this happened in a small town.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that some people will not understand it until you actually experience it.
You won't understand until you experience it.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure a lot of, a lot of white people do not have to tell their kids about interacting with the police. So one of the things I remember growing up was when I started driving, my father had a conversation with me about how to interact with the police if you should ever get pulled over.
It's like a life lesson must be taught.
Yeah,
before you go out on your own.
Right, and this is one of the reasons why he always told me keep your insurance and your driver's license, a copy of your insurance and your driver's license in your sun visor.
Yes, right.
So
you never have to reach for your wallet. Nothing.
So
you can give them everything that they want.
Right.
However, if they ask for the hard copy, hey, I gotta reach in my wallet. It's in my back pocket right here.
Right.
Is it okay if I go to my back pocket and get my wallet? Go through this extra so it's not like, oh, well, you was doing extra, you was doing too much. Because here's the thing about my family as well. So if any one of us get pulled over, my parents know, okay, they got a copy of their insurance and their driver's license in their sun visor. Their hands weren't going anywhere because we taught our kids this. We know what they have. So they go to the sun visor. That means that they weren't reaching for a gun. You're lying. Because we know what our kids do. We've taught our kids this.
Right.
And so it's funny that we have to go through this and experience this, but you don't have these life lessons. I got pulled over as a college freshman in Austin.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, sophomore. I had my car. It was maroon, big Texas A&M sticker on the back. But I happened to be in Austin. My aunt that lives in Austin was like, no, do not take your car down to 6th Street because your windows will get broken out. However, she was like, here, take my car. You and your friends could go in my car and go down to... Now, they happen to go get pulled over, not knowing that my uncle is also a sheriff. And so we get pulled over. Nice vehicle. I have a cell phone. Nice vehicle. 4 young black guys in a car with a cell phone. I call my uncle. He was like, cooperate. They pulled us out of the car, had us on the side of the highway, handcuffed for no reason. My uncle pulls up. And he's like, what the hell is going on? Well, we don't believe this is his vehicle. Well, I heard him tell you that this was his aunt uncle's car because he goes to Texas A&M. They gave him the vehicle. How do you know all that? I was on the phone with him. I'm his uncle. We gave him permission. Why do you have him and his friends handcuffed on the side of the road like that?
They got him locked up like that, right?
There's no reason. I wasn't speeding because I knew the rules of Austin. And if you've ever been to Austin, 35 does this strange thing in Austin where it goes down and it goes up.
Yeah.
My uncle said, always go to the right side and go up. You never want to go down because there's a lot of accidents happen down there. Always go to the right side, go up, above, and stay above traffic till you get where you need to be. Speed limit 65. I'm doing 60. Right-hand lane. Not speeding, nothing. Not my vehicle, taking my time. How do I still get pulled over because I'm in a nice vehicle? Handcuffed. But white people don't understand it, and now that we have video evidence of all these things that happen, now it's coming to light.
But they still don't understand it because the guy in South Carolina who shot the guy in the back. Until you saw the video, until the video was presented, they were like, well, no, he probably did deserve it.
Right.
And then they showed the video, and they're like, oh, and the guy who shot the video then got 6 months in jail.
Yeah.
And see, and then I have this problem. Y'all talking about the people in different countries and war-torn countries and how their rights are being taken away and how it's not feared that they've been mass murdered. And then
it's happening right here.
Y'all murdering us. And then y'all want us to sing "We Shall Overcome," and you get upset.
I'm putting my foot in your ass.
See, you get upset when Rihanna, when the NFL says, Rihanna, do you want to do the Super Bowl halftime? And she's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to do y'all Super Bowl because y'all messing over cap.
Yep. And then they couldn't get Jay-Z or Beyonce to do it. They told them, hell no.
No, that's right. And then they were like, and I wanted to say, why don't you go back to Janet? But you can't go back to Janet because Les Moonves made her world, her a living hell for her because she didn't bow down to him and say, I'm sorry. Like Justin Timberlake cried and said, I'm so sorry. It was a mistake. But now Les Moonves, you no longer have your job. See, that's how you get them. You take the job.
Yeah, because Jay-Z and Beyonce tell you all day, we sell out NFL stadiums all day long.
Right.
We don't need you.
We don't need you. We don't need you.
And that's where they're coming to terms with everything. You know what? It's time for a break, and we're a little bit behind.
Ooh.
So we're gonna listen to a little bit of Luther Vandross, "Any Love."
Well, that's what I can understand.
Oh, you know this was
Michael
too.
Jackson,
Smooth Criminal.
Oh, well.
And she's a bad mama jamma, Carl Carlton, which was always, I thought that was such the strangest name. But anyway, Carl Carlton.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be right back, y'all.
Like William Williams.
Yeah, Wendy Williams.
William Williams. Wendy's a guy.
I'm trying to figure out. She needs to get a breast reduction.
No, she don't. She got one.
She got them enlarged.
No, because she's too small for her breast to be that big.
She wasn't that small.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She needs to get a breast reduction.
Because she looks like she goes here to nothing.
And I say, oh my. Sean, can we increase that volume? Increase that volume.
Golly. We got babies in the building today. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
In Dubai, yes. Go. Hold on.
Yeah.
In Dubai. Caesar, they just sent me 3 nights. No, it's going to take me much more to get to Dubai than it will just to stay there.
Really? You just going to run off with my drink?
You said yes. You said you could have it.
Yeah.
I did. Damn, I
You
lied.
said, oh, the whole thing.
No,
You said the whole
because
thing.
honestly, it takes you 2 days just to get adjusted. Unless you take, like, you pop a pill on the plane.
That's why they want to give you 3 days so you cannot be adjusted.
Yeah.
So they can get their money back. That's all. You don't
What? Come here. What's on your nose? What happened?
Oh my God, nothing.
You look like your brother bit you on the nose.
How old is he? 9?
8.
8?
You've been sucking on the milk bottle. He's got
Yeah. Now I'm talking about his nose. I know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know too.
Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I do. Say hi. Say hi.
YouTube, Facebook.
That's
Has
YouTube over there. This is Facebook over
anybody
here.
saying anything? What they saying?
Quincy said we so nasty.
Q, you talking about us being nasty? You out there being a slut puppy? I know you being a slut puppy.
You dropped
Daddy
the whistles.
watching.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, Daddy.
I don't even know how to use this thing.
Mr. Neely, hello, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is, I don't know.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. That lets you
Are y'all
know.
being hay? I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're being good.
Here,
Hi, Daddy.
let me put your missiles in there.
I'm supposed to put it over here.
I think that's where the disc go, isn't it?
And
This one doesn't even have the missiles in it. Where'd the missiles come from?
from the other one.
Oh, okay. I'm here. Good morning.
Hey.
No,
Who's that?
Robin said
Oh.
That's Miss Montana right there.
we gonna be famous.
Yeah, you can get your 15 minutes of fame.
Mommy,
Hmm?
is it time to go yet?
No.
Almost. We got a little bit of time left.
Like
Um,
20 minutes.
everybody likes vanilla frap.
They ain't paying us.
Yeah. They get no love. Until they pay us some money, they don't get no love. They pay me money all the time. I show love because without them, I wouldn't have my job.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Oh, you know what that is around his lip?
Oh,
My
the
lipstick.
oh, okay. Okay.
I was like, I thought it was, from sucking on the bottle. I was like, no.
He's starting
Who's
early.
this?
How y'all been doing?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty darn good.
Who sings this?
I want to know where you got that. What kind
Yeah.
it is, because I want one like that. That switches angles and
Oh, okay. It's a Mevo. You just order it.
Mevo?
Mevo.
Okay.
So how's everything been going?
It's going.
It's going. You meshing right on in with everybody. You saying no? What is up with that?
She taking over.
She taking over?
It ain't missing in. She taking over.
Over. Oh my God.
Well, sometimes
Yeah, I know.
things just need to be said.
That sounds good.
I feel you on that.
So what we gonna do the awards this year?
Where is it gonna be? It's gonna be at the Angelica, December the 9th. I actually have the nominee thing. I came here because I need to send everybody. I want to notify them that they are nominated before I post them. So I need to send out that email today so that I can get it posted.
Cause I didn't like the comments last year talking about we look like boys to men. Apparently we were overdressed.
No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You were dressed like you were supposed. It was them who wasn't dressed appropriate.
I was just like,
And this year we're doing all black or African print.
oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do black. Cause I wanted to find out who that was. So I'm like, them niggas look like boys to men. I be glad this light in my face. Cause if I can
Don't
see
take that.
you,
That's not a negative, Rich. That's not a negative. That's good. That means y'all cleaned up and y'all look good. That's what that means. That's how
I just want to see what they look like because
probably
A little bit.
we already know what they look
And
like.
then you
well,
can throw
cause
it in the trash.
the dude with the ashy ankles and the short pants.
See, that's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna worry about that. Y'all was clean and y'all came the way y'all was supposed to.
It's like it's an awards banquet. Like, you don't come to awards banquet with t-shirt and jeans on.
I agree, especially not when we identified what the theme and the dress code was. But,
So did you get the speaker? Did you lock him in?
the
I
speaker?
mean, speaker, the MC.
Yeah, we have an MC for the.
That's a football player, right?
No, he's not. He's not going to be an MC. He was doing a presentation. For
But
but
let
I don't
him know.
know. Yeah, that's what I said
I
because
thought
they
he was
said
MC.
it's game day and he wouldn't be able to go home.
But he don't play.
That's what I. No, he has started this
Oh,
year.
we did. Okay.
Yeah, he has started this year. So that's the first thing. I mean, but this year, I mean, he's been on the team for, I don't want to say 2 or 3 years, but he's just now started.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you could be on the practice squad.
Yeah.
My cousin is on the practice squad for the Jaguars. He just got pulled up. He been on the practice squad for 2 years.
Yeah.
But he get the league minimum is $350,000 a year.
Yeah.
I ride the bench all day long for $350,000 a year. I don't care. I saw the
The
practice.
boys want to play. They
I
wanna
understand that. However, that's $350,000 a year.
Well, back in the day, it was $275. That's when I got that condo. I'm not saying.
play. See, you know what? This is on this job.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Cause
All right,
she always
guys.
talking about this condo.
You
Baby,
got to
you
know how
know.
to do it, baby.
Okay, can
You
you
know how to
give
do
me
it.
some pointers?
This is what it did. First of all, you find out the practice facility, right?
Okay,
Then you run. You jog
okay,
past it. When they go in and when they get ready to come out, you choose which one. And
okay.
that's how you get it. That's how you
So you got your
Both of
job.
y'all married.
Well, I'm just saying, in the case that somebody's listening and need to know. But that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You don't go to the clubs where they go.
You go jog.
Because they're looking for people who work out, and then they see you in your naturalness. And they're like, okay, she don't want nothing.
Although,
So they thought. And that's how you did it. And back then, the practice facility was down the street from the Dome, and I lived on Holly Hall. So that's what I would do for 2.5 miles.
So how do you? Because you know, there are some women who just have a knack for getting all the things that they're wanting. Some of us like us,
Because you
like
don't
me,
ask. You don't ask.
who
You don't ask.
exactly.
Well, then you stop. You have not. The Bible says you have not because you ask not.
okay, we got 1 minute.
Here we go.
All right, little
Y'all better
people.
start going to that word. Y'all go to the
I need to
word.
go to this workshop and figure that thing.
I need to go so I can stop getting used.
Yes. No, I gotta go talk to them girls. I'll ask them 3 questions. Hey, when was the last time you and your daddy went on a trip? I don't have a dad. I'm like, next. I mean, because my dad, I know this is wrong, but my daddy, I had a, you know how you have the candy lady house? But we had a store growing up. Carl's store. I had an account there. What? My daddy played cards with you? My daddy played, okay. My daughter, card.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. And for those watching on YouTube and Facebook, we don't own any of the rights to the music that was being played today. So y'all won't block our shows and with all that nonsense. But anyway, so we're going to get ready to wrap up the show. And surprisingly, we only 5 minutes behind. So we did pretty good today.
Good?
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about what you're going to do? Your round table? And when it is?
Oh, yeah. So next week, we will have a round table. Invite some guests and myself. We're going to talk about autoimmune diseases. There's more than just lupus. There's MS. There's a couple other ones out there. We're going to bring some people in to talk about their experiences, about what they've had to do before, during, and after with their autoimmune disease.
And this is just going to be men, right? Or women?
Men and women.
Men and women and autoimmune diseases. And
Yes.
this is the Ms. Hendricks round table.
Yes.
And it's going to be informative. It's going to be educational. It's going to be empowering.
Yes.
And we need to be there. We
Yes.
need to listen.
Yes.
Right.
Need to be there, listen.
All right.
And then, of course, we got the Maxwell concert next Saturday, too.
I don't know about no Maxwell, but I do know about their Prairie View.
Prairie View Homecoming next
The only
weekend.
homecoming there is,
Yeah.
aside from North Carolina A&T State University, the greatest homecoming on earth. I gave y'all a shout out. Be happy with it. But we going with the PV, proud producer of productive people. Prairie View, Texas.
Yeah.
I got my couch.
Yeah, you had your couch.
You gonna have your couch next
I'm
week.
gonna have my couch. Next
Okay,
week.
and then that weekend after, is that when you're doing your erotica stuff?
I
What
don't
day do you
know.
do yours?
I don't know if I have a set date or not, but
Okay, so then we do Mo's roundtable where we're
Mhm.
talking to all men
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about relationships.
Mm.
Did you hear this? You ain't listening.
no,
Where are you?
they busy.
Yeah.
Mo's roundtable. We have men. Mo's roundtable. We're gonna have men here, and we're gonna talk about relationships. It's gonna be me and 4 other men, and we're gonna ask them every question there is. Okay. We got the dates.
We got dates on our Facebook page.
We're pumping it out. I just want to let you know, and it's gonna morph into something greater. So you better listen. You're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
You gonna hear it. Tell her what I tell you about the underwear and the couch. And then you missed it. You
All
missed
right.
it. Honey.
So we're gonna end the show. We got our crew quotes for the week. So Mo, we'll start with you since you was on a tangent.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just want everybody to be happy with who they are right now.
Mm.
If you're overweight, guess what? You're not as overweight as you could be.
Mm.
Okay?
Mhm.
If you got 6 chins, at least you don't have 8.
Mm.
If your hair ain't long enough, at least it ain't short as rice. You can roll it with rice. You just got to be happy with where you are right
Did
now.
you say roll your hair with
Roll
rice?
your hair with rice.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
Okay. Mm.
I thought that was some good advice.
Yeah. Ooh wee. Okay, Sunshine, what you got?
See, then she gonna come with the all the
No, I gotta go in because
She's
I
gonna be
just
so great, and I'll be like, I just said roll your hair with rice.
and well, I don't want to come out with the same stuff I always do.
What
So,
you do the nice stuff.
Confucius
See,
say,
there she goes.
Uh-oh,
She goes,
Confucius,
the big boy, Confucius.
"It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop."
See,
Mm.
the rabbit in the hair.
The rabbit in the hair. No, the tortoise in the hair.
Mm.
Yes.
The rabbit in the hair, same thing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And
Be quiet.
and you know what?
Intellectual.
I think in this day and age, a lot of times we need that reminder because everything is so quick. We expect everything to happen so fast. We want it now. We have that expectation of instantaneous gratification. And you know what? Some of the best things that happen in life happen over a long period of time. Success does not happen overnight unless you win that $1 billion lottery. And in that case, call me, DM me, come
She got
find
some
me.
erotica for her.
I got some stuff for you.
Men or women? She got erotica.
Men
for
or
you.
women,
Okay.
you know what? I do not discriminate.
Wow.
Well,
So you're that trisexual. You just try anything.
You know what? We're talking
For a
money.
million?
We're
$1
talking
billion.
$1 billion.
You ain't talking about 1,300.
You
You know about
know.
$1 billion. Okay.
Rihanna, my husband, he's already said that you're his, what do you call that? His past.
yeah.
Hall pass.
Hey.
Is that what they
Yeah.
call it?
Yeah.
Hall pass.
You know what? You can be my past too. I'm good.
Well, and I feel you on that because Kelly Rowland, baby girl, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
But no.
Kelly Rowland can get it. I don't care if she's married. I don't care.
Oh,
Okay, so that's
you,
not
you
Idris.
keep that
Okay.
secret.
Yeah, no.
So Idris.
Secret
I
lovers.
Nah,
I just
see-
wait for it.
Yeah,
Idris.
nah, I can't.
You know what? Yep.
I might
okay.
do some time for Idris.
But yeah. So slowly but surely,
Mm.
just don't stop.
Okay, we can do that. I like that. Just don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop till you give it up.
Mhm.
See, we went a whole different.
Yeah.
You went
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
I did.
Believe it.
And this one, I'm gonna go with this one.
Random thought.
No, it's not a random thought.
Go
It's
ahead.
actually a meme that I found on Instagram. That's for all these youngsters in this microwave generation.
Okay.
Stop trying to skip the struggle.
Mm.
The struggle is where character is built.
Yes.
Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. The struggle is part of the greatness.
Because not everybody is a winner
Mm-mm.
the first time around.
Mm-mm. And see, here's the thing: you have to
The real winner is the loser that gets up and continues the battle.
And see, that's both of y'all. That's it.
See, and the way I see this is that if you can look at not completing something as a failure, or you can look at it as a lesson learned.
Correct.
You can go through and try an experiment to get an end result 100 times. all it teaches you is, okay, this way didn't work. You found 100 ways that did not, or 99 ways that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is find that one that does.
Mm-hmm.
However, that information that you've learned from those quote-unquote failures, because I don't call them failures, I call them lessons learned.
Mm-hmm.
From those lessons learned, you pass on that knowledge to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So your knowledge is not true knowledge
Mm-hmm.
unless you can explain it well enough to transfer your information to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know when you're an expert. Again, I'm a firm believer in teaching. I love to teach. I want to retire in 5 years and become a high school math and science teacher. That is my end goal, because I want to spend my weekends in an RV traveling to football games in the fall, and then in the summertime I want to spend my time going to concerts in the spring and the summer.
In 5 years, we got to open it for you.
Yeah, because you gonna quit.
No, not in 5 years we got to open it for you. Bro.
Yeah, because I want to do that. But what I've learned is that I've tried a lot of things, and where I, even in my professional career,
Mm-hmm.
where I feel I have the most productive and most fulfilling day is when I've actually taught people and I've seen the light bulb go off in their face. So stop trying to skip the struggle. Everything's not meant to be instantaneous. You have to, because once you learn and you appreciate, you learn from that struggle and you grow from it. You appreciate where you come to that point that you come to. You won't get complacent with it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll keep that work ethic up to stay where you are and increase where you are. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, anybody got anything else for the people today? So we got 2 minutes left.
Oh.
I'm gonna call out Q for being here. I know he's been a slut puppy down in Houston somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Just so we're clear on this.
We're just jealous, okay? Just jealous.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry, because I still hadn't lived down me being in the Dominican Republic, because y'all let me have it every time.
As you should, because there are people like me who have to work 3 jobs, and I don't get to go out, except for,
Y'all, that was mad at me because they could hear the ocean crashing up against the shore.
Because we were having a business meeting, and you were on the balcony, and we were here, and I was like, trying to take notes. I was like, is that the ocean out here in the background? And you were like, well, I'm on the balcony. You didn't even have the damn decency to close the
Put the phone on
doors.
mute.
Well,
You didn't have the decency and go inside.
But there was nobody around. It was nice. It was a nice night outside.
Once again, you're missing the point. I don't need to hear crashing waves, and I'm picking up peanut butter out of somebody's
Maybe
head.
we need to just all go down to the Dominican.
No, because some of us won't come back, and that would be me.
Yeah.
I was in the south of France, and this man smelled so good. I said, you know what? I don't need to go back home. I said I could learn French.
I
Even
cried
if
when
I
I had to
can't.
come back from Jamaica, literally on the plane, sitting first class, going.
See, you good. You good.
Yeah.
See, when I grow up one day, I'm gonna be in first class. Other than that, I'm just back there.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, that's the show for today. We appreciate y'all joining us. As Q say, we appreciate that shit. And we'll see y'all next
Don't
week.
quote that nut.
Well, he
We're
been a
gonna
slut
leave
puppy.
y'all. We're gonna leave y'all with Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Before I let
We
go.
are one.
Oh.
No, we are one. We are one. All right, y'all. Have a good week.
Ooh.
Mr. Hanky. Ha! This is where they did California Love. They remade this.
Oh.
Oh, I guess I got to end the
Bye.